Well, good morning, YouTube. Lofty's here. I've been up to Damrolls again. Good old Damrolls got a bike. Hero, as they used to be known when I was in India. Hero Honda. They're on their own now. One of the biggest manufacturer of motorcycles in the world. Hero are huge. Anyway, what we got today? We've got the Hero X-Pulse 200. This is the standard variant with the 835 seat. Anyway, if you're interested in seeing Lofty ride the Hero X-Pulse 200, you stick around. Oh, good morning, YouTube. We're up at Damrolls again. What do you think of this little beauty? Sort of a on-roader, off-roader. It's called the Hero X-Pulse 200. It comes in two flavours, the standard and the tall one called the Pro. Now this one's the standard one. They did have the Pro in, but they sold it straight away. And it's very, very tall, the Pro. A little bit more money and got adjustable suspenders. Anyway, let's give this a bit of thrash. Okay, so here we are. It's a little bit old school. It's like a little tracker we used to have when we was kids, and we used to break up the Japanese bikes and send them over the field. Anyway, this one, it's brand new. It's an Hero X-Pulse. Feels quite dinky, it's quite narrow. We've got a digi-clock, LCD. To be fair, I like LCDs, I like digi-dashes, and this one's clear, ever so easy to read. These are a bit of a strange one. They're a 200cc. It's a cc category we don't really get a lot of in the UK. But of course, the Chinese are coming, the Indians are coming, and in Asia, 200cc bikes are the norm. They're very popular. And I suppose if it was your first foray into the off-road market, what more could you want than a little lightweight 200? If you dropped it, you could pick it up as light as a feather. It's not got a lot of power, but that's not the idea. Shall we have a look at it? So here we are, let's sling a leg over it. It's quite a tall bike, 835. Quite soft on the old suspenders. Doesn't feel quite as soft as a CRF. Doesn't feel quite as lanky either. It feels quite nice. Let's get my feet on the pegs. Bench seat, nice and flat. You can slide forward, slide backwards. Easy. No cutaway as such. Knees fit at the tank. It's comfy. I think any big lad could ride this, and I think anybody about 5'4" could ride it as well, to be fair. It's all right, isn't it? Shall we have a bit of a close-up? So there we have it. This is the white one. White and blue, red and black. What do you think? Let's go all the way around. Chunky tyres, aren't they? Enduro style. Hero. Okay, shall we have a close-up of the dash? So, LCD, idiot lights along the top. We've got some controls here, a fairly linear style tacho, speedo, gear indicator, time. Then we've got some bits and pieces down here, trips, whatever. Dicky little enduro style screen. Quite like the mirrors. We've got hand guards, hydraulic front brake, non-adjustable. Coming across, we got a little USB here. We've got the key. Cable operated clutch. Hand guards, they're a lot firmer this side. So we got pass light, high and low beam, hazard warnings, horn, little pipper, indicator. Yeah, it's fairly tactile, isn't it? Let's start it up. Let's have a listen from the pipe. Little 200, little Singer. It's all right, isn't it? Okay, the stats. 2026 Hero X Pulse 200, 199cc, air oil cooled, 4-valve single cylinder. It does everything it says on the tin. I think it's quite a pretty little thing. 5-speed chain drive, 19 brake horsepower. It's got a top speed of around 60-65, 12.8 foot-pounds. So it's not what you'd call super powerful. It's fuel injected, it's got ABS, whatever you want, and you can go off-road on it. It looks a chunky little devil, doesn't it? 161 kilos wet. As I say, this is the standard with an 825 seat. The Pro has got the longest forks, the higher suspension, and a much higher seat at 890. It's huge. We've got 13 litres of fuel, and we should get between 80 to 90 to the gallon. That's good, isn't it? It's respectable. So, let's have a look at the front end. We've got 37mm telescopic forks with gaiters on. Proper old school, looks great, doesn't it? We're running a 90-90-21 with Metzeler Enduro 3 tyres. They're a respectable tyre. They're about an 80-20 thing, but they're all right. We've got just a single stopper. It's not that powerful, to be fair. A single 276mm disc and a twin piston unbadged caliper. I think it's a Nissan. It looks like a Nissan. It's very similar. We've got spoke wheels, so we've got tubes. Let's go around the rear. We've got a little shock hiding underneath there. It's adjustable for preload. One thing I like is the big long mud guard. Look at that coming down. That's going to stop all the spray up your back. So if you do go dirty, muddy, that's going to be great. So what's on the rear? We've got a 120-80-18 Metzeler Enduro. Same tyre at the front. Quite a chunky tread pattern. What do you think? We've got a single 220mm disc with a one-piston Nissan badged caliper. So this one on the back is actually badged up Nissan. I think they're probably Nissan. They'll be made in India, whatever. So, what do you think? Not a bad-looking bike, is it? What's it going to cost you? Go on, have a guess. How much is this entry-level enduro-style machine? 2,499 plus a bit of on the road. Be about 2,700. I think the Pro comes in as just under 3 grand. Cheap as chips, isn't it? I think the best thing Lofty can do is get his helmet on and give it a bit of thrash. I'm looking forward to this. You know me, I love little bikes. They're great fun. I'll see you in a minute. Okay then, YouTube, welcome back. So now you know the price, you know the way it's built. It's proper cheap and cheerful. I don't know how it would experience our winters, our wet, icy winters in the UK. All I can say is, if you did go for one of these, I think I'd give it a good dosing with ACF 50 or something, just to get it respectable enough to last a bit, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're in 5th gear. We're up to 50 mile an hour down this slight incline. No problem at all. You know very well from the stats it's not got a lot of power. 19 brake horsepower. It's enough if you're going to be commuting and it's your first big bike after the 125. I say big bike after the 125. It is only a 200, but it's a lot pokier than a 125. Anyway, we'll soon find out. So can you see the dash now? It's easy to read, very legible. So, what do you reckon then? Big Lofty, 6'5", 16.5 stone on a little Hero X Pulse 200. Well, I've got to say there's no vibration. I came up today on my Hemi, so I thought if I'm going to ride a small bike, I'd rather turn up on a small bike to give sort of a comparison. The Hemi's got quite a bit more power than this. It's got nearly double. We've got a cyclist out today. Just put it out to the left, holding a line. Nice lightweight steering. That big 21-inch front, it's handling quite well. It's been set up good. I believe these bikes have been on sale in Asia for a long while. And it's almost certain this was originally an Honda, I would say. Okay, so we're rolling. Cheeky little overtake. How about that? Cheeky little overtake. Up to 50. We won't get 2 in, unfortunately. So we just slow down for the 30. Let's have a look. Third gear 30, see what it feels like. It's fairly revvy. It's pulling about 4,000 revs in third gear, which is quite high really, isn't it? I don't normally see that many cars or traffic on this road, but it's a nice sunny afternoon and we've got people about. So where will it be this? Who's going to be buying it? I really don't know. If you were sort of 18, 19 and you just passed your test and you wanted an A2 bike, this is 19 brake horsepower, and you wanted to do a bit of commuting, a bit of off-roading, I think this would be great. The suspension's plush enough for off-roading. The seat is a bench seat though. It's not a sort of seat you sit in. It's one of those type you sit on, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to leave it in third. I'm going to nibble up the hill at 20, see how it feels. Yeah, it's not bad then. I'm getting no harshness. Let's just put it in second. Yeah, second gear, 20 mile an hour. I can feel a little bit of vibration through the pegs, but it's not too bad. The mirrors aren't bad, they're fairly wide, the bars are fairly wide. Round we go. Back into third, slight downhill. How's the speedo accuracy? It says 17 on there, we was doing 20. You can never tell with them things whether it's accuracy or not. So up the hill through the chicane, we'll drop it back to second. Yeah, that's fine. Well, thank you very much, sir. Very kind. Commuting, ice. One tick. I'm not taking it down a green lane. It's not my bike. Before you ask. I might take it down the back lanes in a bit. Right, let's give it a bit of a squeeze. Takes a while to build, but this is steeper than it looks, this hill. Right, we'll do a third gear. Well, second round the bend. We'll do a third gear roll on up there. So here we go. We're doing 20 odd mile an hour third gear. It's building slowly. Building the revs. I'm getting quite a bit of wind noise. Yeah, I think we're going to get up to 60. Yeah, we're doing 60. There we go. Just drop back slightly. So we know it'll do 60. Be interesting to see what it does up an hill. But on the flat, with big lofty on, that's nice, that handles well. Gearbox is pretty sharp, pretty slick. Back to third. And away again. Yeah, it's okay, this is. I must admit, I prefer it to the little 350 Enfields. It's got more go in it than them. Anyway, a bit of slow riding. Yeah, you could turn this on an absolute sixpence. Still roll on down the hill. So anyway, I'm just going to speed it up into the National. Third gear. Up to 45. Tip it in. Holds a nice enough line, can't fault that. Into top. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll just slow down a bit and we'll do a bit of a brake test. They are brand new brakes, they're a bit fresh. Back brake. Ooh, that's very green. It could get you there eventually, but I did have to put a lot of pressure on that one. I'll just wait till we open up round the bend and we'll give that front disc a bit of a prod. So we're doing 40 mile an hour. Right, we get quite a bit of fork dive. We get no locking, no juddering, but it was quite a progressive stop. So, shall we try front and back together down the hill? Here we are, down the hill, we're all clear. We're doing about 30, 35. Okay, the back locked up. So, you'd have to be a bit careful with that one. As soon as you put too much weight on the front down the hill, the back does lock up a bit, so whatever the ABS is like, it's very, very crude. So, back into third, through the chicane, there we go, onto the right edge, onto the left edge, give it a bit of thrash. So down the hill, having a bit of fun. We got up to about 53. Like I say, it's got loads more go than a 125, and I'm a big lad. If you was like normal weight, about 12 stone, I think you'd get a bit more out of it. Here we go. This hill's steeper than it looks as well. It's a national. I'm winding it up in fourth, into fifth, 57, 58, 59. Yeah, we're up to 60. We're pulling 60. So we're holding national speed limits. I can't fault that. Yeah, that's good. It's quite revvy, but it's not excessive. That's good. Holding 60. Holding the line nicely again. I've got to say there's less buffeting on this than the standard Himalayan screen. So we just drop off, slow it down into third for Lofty's Island. We're clear from the right, clear from the left. Flip flop it in, yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's got more power than I thought it'd have. We better give it a run down the hill now. I wasn't going to take it on the dual carriageway on the national 70 mile an hour zone, so I thought it might not have enough power, but here we go, third gear. Fourth gear. Into top. Let's build the speed up, 62, 63. 65 on the clock, 66. Here we go. Top speed, 69 miles an hour on the clock. That's respectable enough, isn't it, for a little 200? You're not going to show yourself up, are you? Well, we'll move over a lane. I'm not going to thrash it up the hill. I'm going to take it down the lane. Okay then, YouTube, welcome back. Here we are. A bit of off-roading. Well, sort of. This road is actually part of the Tet. Would you believe it? So, bumpy road. The old 21-inch front glides over lovely. Just ease off slightly. There's a lot of hedge growth. Bit of breakage for the bend. That's okay. Into the shade. It's all right, everything's okay so far. Over the little bridge. Yeah, the suspension's pretty compliant. Ben tightens up a little bit. Good job I know this road. It's going well, isn't it? Anyway, have you enjoyed this video? This lofty biker video? I think it's been great fun riding this little bike about. So if you've enjoyed this video, why not click on the like? Why not subscribe? Ring that little bell. Ask me a question. I know a lot of you A2 people find it difficult to get test rides on bikes. That's why it's nice when we take them out for you and give them a bit of a ride. So we'll take the left here to Ruffos, up the hill. So it's handling well, isn't it? Can't really complain. We're quite lucky, there's nothing about. See, it comes into its own on these tighter Nadgery stuff. Flickable, easy steering. You wouldn't be going, don't matter what you're on. If you was on a GS 1300, you wouldn't be going no faster than this. And you'd be carrying about an extra 5,000 million kilograms. How good's this? We'll try it standing up in a sec, see what the pegs feel like. Here we go. Yeah, you can stand up on it, no trouble at all. It feels quite comfortable. The gear lever's easy to get at. There's quite a long prod on the back brake, but that's fine. Here we go, 4th gear, 5th gear, nothing top. Anyway, I think it's time we took it back to dam rules. Thank you very much, Simon, for letting me out on this little gem of a machine. £2.5 grand. You know, you couldn't buy a second-hand CRF 300 for that, could you? Seriously, £2.5 grand on the road. I say bargain. Anyway, let's go on. There we are then, back at dam rules. So this is the lofty biker. He's saying ta-ra for now. Ta-da.